A commemoration of the 30th anniversary of Chris Hani's assassination will take place in Ekurhuleni today. ANC Deputy President Paul Mashatile is due to address the event hosted by the SACP. This year, the ANC-led alliance faces threats from the SACP that would contest elections alone, while also facing calls for an inquest into Chris Hani's killing. Newzroom Afrika's Govan Whittles is at the Thomas Nkobi Memorial Cemetery and it joins us now. Govan, good morning. How are people reflecting on Chris Hani's legacy this morning?
Good morning, Hugo. Joining you from the Memorial Park where Chris Hani's gravesite is located. It's a site of pilgrimage where we've seen a number of political parties over the years come to pay tribute to the legacy of Chris Hani. This year, it's quite different. It's been 3 decades since Chris Hani was assassinated here in Ekurhuleni, and this time they're commemorating the assassination while his killer, Janusz Walusz, has been released, is currently on parole, and we're going to reflect on Chris Hani's legacy and what he's left behind and the kind of expectations he's left for a diverse society, and we'll zone into the city of Ekurhuleni. Let's speak to the city's council chief whip, Jongizizwe Dlabati. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Dlabati. So we'll talk about the legacy of Chris Hani and what he's left in terms of expectations for society. This year, I suppose, it's very different because not only is his killer on parole, but society is grappling with the question of whether or not society is moving in the direction of the expectation that is left. What's your view?
Yeah, certainly this is rather a sad one, as you have said, that we're commemorating the 30th anniversary of an outstanding leader who was assassinated. Until to date, the truth has not come out. Nevertheless, the city of Ekurhuleni took a decision to commemorate Comrade Chris Hani as part of ensuring that his legacy continues to live on. This is one astute leader, bold, clear on his view, and all that he represented, Comrade Chris, was a total liberation of the South African. And this should be a reminder to amongst us who are still living behind that the social upliftment of our human beings who are still suffering is what must bind us together as part of ensuring that we continue with the legacy of Comrade Chris Hani.
What do you think of the level of political activism here in Ekurhuleni where Chris Hani had stayed when he was assassinated and the direction that the politics is going in the city?
Well, the city is alive with its politics. We think that irrespective of our political differences, one thing that is common and singular amongst us is to be at service to the people. As I said, Comrade Chris stood for the social and economic upliftment of the people. And that is why it is important, irrespective of our differences, that we converge and continue to represent that which our forebearers as well as our leaders represented.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dlabati. Let's bring in the Speaker of the Ekurhuleni Council, Ntabiseng Chavenga. Thank you so much for your time, Speaker. So, Chris Hani was assassinated when the ANC was firmly in charge. Now we're dealing with coalition governments, and in the Ekurhuleni Council, many people have sometimes been taken aback by the honest or robust engagements between parties. What do you think about where things are and the expectations that were left for the different parties here?
No, thank you very much, and good morning to the viewers. I want us to look at the month of April in general to say, you know, in 1993, the country was nearly brought to a civil war after the assassination of Comrade Chris Hani. And currently, our city, with regards to its politics, it's at the verge whereby we are now between a place of getting our politics correctly and commemorating in real sense the memory of Comrade Chris Hani, what he has brought for us. So currently we are grateful for what he has left for us, but it is up to us as the leadership of the city of Ekurhuleni to ensure that there's stability, to ensure that inequality is reduced, to ensure that there is service delivery for the people of Ekurhuleni. So the tools that he has given to us has allowed us to be where we are today. The people of Ekurhuleni has not given us a clear mandate as to what needs to happen. But it's up to us as leaders, as we look up to what Comrade Chris Hani has led for us. It is up to us to be upright in our collaboration. It is up to us to put the people first as the leadership of the city of Ekurhuleni, to ensure that there is dignity to the citizens of Ekurhuleni, and to ensure that service delivery is really restored in the city.
Thank you so much, the Speaker of the Ekurhuleni Council. Now, look, we're at this memorial park, the Thomas Nkobi Memorial Park here in Ekurhuleni, and a few months ago, Hugo, it was vandalized. And the area was vandalized, and it solicited a lot of outrage from the SACP, also from the Ekurhuleni municipality. Let's bring in the mayor of Ekurhuleni, Mayor Sivuyile Nkotwana from the AIC, and newly elected mayor in council. Could speak to us about the state of this memorial park. Mayor, thank you so much for your time. So this park is under the custodianship of the city. Since it's been vandalized, what's the reaction been from the city? Is there any additional security being implemented here?
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers. Yes, it was the sad news to hear that the Thomas Nkobi has been vandalized, but so far we did put this together to beef up the security and also to look after it very well. I think we will continue making sure that we beef up our security, because we cannot tolerate such issues to vandalize the things that we already have.
We're here to commemorate the assassination of Chris Hani, but front and center of everyone's mind is the coalition politics in the city. What do you think of how things have gone in terms of the start to your tenure as mayor, the selection of your mayoral committee, which isn't filled just yet?
No. On that one, I'm here today. We must concentrate on the event of Chris Hani, so that we can honor him today for the work that he has done, the work that he has fought for, the liberation that he has fought for us. So today it's all about that. But those issues, we will come and sit down and explain it to you at a later stage.
Just 10 days before Chris Hani was killed, he had advocated for almost a complete overhaul in how the government would deliver service, even questioning whether they should lower the salaries of ministers, make parliamentarians rent their own flats. But at the heart of it, he was advocating for better service delivery and an engaged people's government. You talked about a government which focuses on Batopele principles. What do you think the residents of Ekurhuleni can expect from your government, and how would that respond to what Chris Hani advocated for?
Yes, as this administration, we will make sure that we deliver services to the people of Ekurhuleni. That's all that we can say. We will put our peoples first, because the residents of the city of Ekurhuleni are the ones that are most important now in this. We know that they have lost their trust in us, but we'll make sure that we gain that trust by delivering those services to the residents of the city, and to make sure that as political parties we put our differences aside and concentrate on working together to achieve that goal.
A lot of building of trust happens when people are able to see that you deliver on your promises, and with coalition governments that's been difficult. Do you foresee that this would be a difficult administration for you in the city of Ekurhuleni, considering the fact that you're dealing with a lot of different parties here, and you essentially have to placate the parties while trying to deliver services?
No. You see, with that one, I don't think it will be a difficult one, because all of us, we know our mandate is to deliver the services to the people. If we all about that objective, I'm sure we'll achieve that one. So it will not be difficult, because we all will put the residents of Ekurhuleni first. It's not about us, it's about the residents of the city.
Mr. Mayor, one last one before you go. I know you said that you would deal with this issue at a later stage. When can we expect you to make such announcements?
It will be soon. We will let you know.
What is that, this week?
Soon. It can be this week, it can be tomorrow, any time from now.
Anytime is tea time. That's according to the mayor of Ekurhuleni, from the AIC. The different parties represented, they included the AIC, the EFF, and then the ANC. Of course, we'll speak to different national leaders of the parties of the Tripartite Alliance, the ANC, the SACP. But what will also be interesting here is really how we expect the different speakers to respond to the crisis in the city of Ekurhuleni from the main platform. That's where we've been told they will address things more clearly. A number of them not really keen to talk about it now. But the mayor essentially appointed a mayoral committee that currently only has EFF members in it. The ANC members didn't show up. We're expecting to get clarity from them a little later. They've asked us to hold on. And then, bubbling under the surface is the issue of the SACP threatening to contest the elections on its own if the alliance, which is led by the ANC, isn't reconfigured to its liking. They've made that threat before, a number of times before national and local government elections. This time it's not clear whether they'll follow through on it, but we'll definitely keep an eye on them and hope to speak to a few of their national leaders to understand exactly where the Tripartite Alliance is going and how the legacy of Chris Hani and expectations that he set for the type of government that delivers services to the people will affect those conversations. For now, though, it's back to you.
Govan Whittles unable to pin the mayor down for timelines, but where we are definitely going to get timelines in sport, and Kwena Mobela is up next.